Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video. I think I have the best girl list out there. I'm sure everybody thinks that, but I really do. Like, I've passed this list of friends that are like, I think I want to have one more baby. And if I have a girl, what names do you like? And I've showed this list and everybody's like, can you forward this to me? Before we get started, I just did my hair and makeup and I want to put a cute outfit on. I think I want to film this in my daughter's room. So anyway, I'm going to change into a cuter outfit and film this video. But first, we're going to make my favorite afternoon pick-me-up. My favorite to have like a drink while I film a sit-down video. So you guys definitely grab your drink, grab your matcha, grab your coffee, tea, whatever, and let's chit-chat. I am 23 weeks pregnant and the thought of coffee has sounded so gross up until recently. But I'm a mom, I get tired in the afternoon, like I need a pick-me-up. Like a pick-me-up is my favorite thing, whether it's coffee or matcha. Up until this point, I've just been doing matcha. This is Peak's Sun Goddess Matcha, which is my favorite matcha. More about that in a second. Recently, I added coffee back in. Once I got to like 20 weeks, coffee sounded okay again. My husband was like, you're in such a bad mood today. Like, what's going on? We couldn't figure it out. The next day, same thing. And then I realized I was getting my coffee anxiety back, which I got before I got pregnant. So we're sticking with matcha. And matcha's not just a trendy drink. There's actually a ton of health benefits to matcha. So I'm gonna make this a honey cinnamon matcha latte. So I'm gonna add a little honey. So the first thing is matcha can actually improve your skin. It can improve your digestion. Matcha can actually help fight cancer cells. Now I am adding ground cinnamon. Another reason I love matcha, and I think that this is a reason I've been feeling so good this pregnancy, and I've just been sharing it with you guys. Like, I don't know, like with my first, I had more anxiety and stuff. This pregnancy, I'm feeling so good. And you guys always comment on it and are like, your skin's glowing, you look good, you feel good. Matcha contains L-theanine, and L-theanine keeps you focused but calm. So you know how some people have that like zen-like personality and are just feeling good and have good vibes and you want to be around them? L-theanine can make you feel like that. So I switch up my milks all the time. Sometimes I use organic whole milk, but I don't have any left, so I'm using coconut milk. And this one's really nice because it's only 4 ingredients. And then I add my ceremonial grade matcha. If you guys want to give matcha a try and you just want to have something that not only gives you energy, this is sustained energy, so it'll give you a pick-me-up. I always call this my matcha moment. And you want to have some health benefits and want to give matcha a try, you want to make sure you are using ceremonial grade matcha. That is the best matcha, and especially Peak's Sun Goddess Matcha. What I like is that it's triple screened for things like impurities, toxins, and molds. Also, this is organic. And while being pregnant especially, I am sticking to organic things. But even when I'm not pregnant, you guys know I love to be on an organic diet. You guys can get 15% off your favorite Peak products plus the starter kit when you click my link down below. My husband got me this dress for my birthday. So feminine and gorgeous, and it's like sweater material, so it's actually warm too. Okay, so if you went and grabbed a drink, cheers, and let's get started. I'm in my daughter's room. I just felt like I had to film in a girly room to make this video. So the name styles I really like are, I like to lean towards like more old-fashioned names. My daughter's name is Violet, so very like old-fashioned, vintage, princess dress, but vintage, old-fashioned charm. That's the name style I like. So there's 2 that were between, so I'll just leave those 2 out of this video. The first name, I think that this is such a gorgeous vintage name. Somebody needs to use this, is Marigold with the nickname Goldie. So me and my husband, this was the name that we pretty much thought this was gonna be our baby's name. Our daughter loved it. She would always be like, hi Goldie, and she just loved it. And then out of nowhere, I don't even remember how many weeks I was, but I was like, I don't like the nickname Goldie anymore. Like, I loved Marigold, and sometimes calling her Goldie, it has that, it has everything I'm looking for, both whimsical and ethereal and vintage. Someone needs to use this name, but for some reason it just felt like the baby was telling me that's not my name. Okay, the next name was one of my husband's picks, and that was Flora, because it means flower, and our daughter's name is Violet. Again, if we went with Marigold, it would keep with that like plant, nature, flower theme, but my kids don't have to have a theme. Like, we don't have to have everybody's name start with V because I did with Violet, or another flower name. Like, we don't have to do that. Flora is definitely beautiful, and I see why he liked it. The next one is so princessy. It's like very princess, very vintage, and that's Aurora. I love Aurora, but I would only want her to go by Aurora. I don't like the nickname Rory because I like really girly feminine names. I don't like gender neutral names, probably because my name is Sam. Probably because I have a gender neutral name. I always went to school with guys named Sam, and I liked it growing up. Like, I liked my name Sam growing up. I like how simple it is, but yeah, for my girls, I want like that super princessy name. The next name I love is Lola, and I would call her Lo. I think Lola is the cutest name. It is so sweet. Now I have two Swiftie names, so names from Taylor Swift songs. The first is Daisy May. I was like, this is perfect. And I didn't need another flower name, but when I heard Daisy May, I was like, I love Daisy May. Like, I want to call her, I'll make the middle name May, but I want to call her Daisy May. And my husband was like, I don't like the name Daisy. And I was like, what? You don't like the name Daisy? Moving on, the second Swiftie name is Inez. I love the name Inez, and I would call her Nez. I think in the Taylor Swift song, it's I-N-E-S, but I would spell it with a Z because I've met a girl named Inez and it was spelled with a Z. And she literally was like, yeah, my friends call me Nez. And I was like, that is so cute. And Inez is just that vintage. It's not whimsical in any way, but it's vintage and I really like it. And my husband loved it when I was like, do you like the name Inez? And he was like, I love it. And I wasn't expecting him to. It just, as we kept saying it, it just didn't feel girly enough. I want that, like I said, tutu de monde, big princess dress kind of name. My daughter literally wears like the biggest dresses and goes and twirls in the grass. And I'm just like, Violet fits her so well. So if this baby's anything like her, I want a super girly name. The next name we both love, me and my husband both love this name, is Poppy. And he recently had a friend use this name, so he felt kind of weird using it. But yeah, I love Poppy. Again, would fit in our flower theme if we were doing a theme. But I just love how vintage and whimsical it is. The next name is actually one of Violet's friends' names, and it's Aura. And I wouldn't use this because it's her friend's name, but I want to share it with you guys because I think it is such a pretty name. Definitely ethereal, whimsical vibes. I just love the name Aura. Another friend of ours, her little girl's name is Sienna, but spelled S-I-E-N-A. And I remember we went there in Italy with my family and it was just a good time. And they're Italian and they named her Sienna and they spelled it that way. And I just thought that's such a pretty name. Okay, so this is the one that I really like. It fits my big princess dress vibes. And when my husband heard it, he was like, no. And that is Tallulah, and I would call her Lulu. I think Tallulah is so cute. And anybody I've shared this list with, that they were like, oh, can you send that list to my phone? They all jump to Tallulah. They're like, wait, I love that name. And I just feel like there's nicknames. Some of the names I have on here can't really be a nickname. And I think that that's why I didn't go with them, is because they can't be a nickname. We call Violet Vi-Vi, and all her friends call her Vi-Vi, and it's just so cute to hear the little voices when I drop her off at school and they're like, hi Vi-Vi. Or we're playing outside, our neighborhood has so many kids and they all call her Vi or Vi-Vi. I felt like with Tallulah, we could call her Lula, Lulu, Lou, Tallu. I don't know, I thought it was a super cute name. You should definitely use it, but my husband said no. Okay, the next name I love is Luna. This one I feel like is more ethereal, whimsical nature name than my old-fashioned charm feel that I like, but I love the name Luna. Again, you could do a fun nickname like Lou. The next name I said to my husband, I was like, I like the name Pearl. Like, I like that it's like a cute old lady name and also fits like my vintage charm vibe that I like. And he was like, my grandma's name was Pearl. And I was like, oh, is that a sign? And then he's like, and I don't want to use it. But we might use this as a middle name depending on which name we choose. So we have two names. There's one that we really are probably naming her, but sometimes this other name we both like creeps in and it would sound good with one of the names. So something Pearl. So I might use it as a middle name. The next one my husband didn't like, but I think that this name is so cute, is Rosie. not short for Rose, just Rosie. I think it's super cute. Another one I love is Isla. I think it just rolls off the tongue really nice. Everyone says that this is such a popular name. Like, I've seen it on TikTok. Everyone's name is Isla. I have not met one kid named Isla yet. A lot of the popular names that people are like, oh, you can't use that, like Poppy, for example. They're like, everyone's Poppy. I have not met a Poppy yet. Like, I want to meet a little girl named Poppy at school or the playground, but I have not yet. So someone should definitely use Isla. The next one I love is Delilah. My nickname of choice would be Lila. Like, her name would be Delilah, and I'd probably call her Lila a lot. And that's the name that my husband's brother just used for one of his twin girls. Her name's Lila, and I just feel like with cousins, it's just, if you want to use the same name as your friend or somebody you know, that's one thing, but I feel like cousins and like first cousins, no to Delilah. Okay, the next name I have on here is my daughter's middle name. So obviously I wouldn't use this for the baby's name, but I just want to share it with you guys because it's another name idea, and that's Everly. And we came up with that name after going to this restaurant in LA. It's right on Sunset, and it was called the Everly. And it was all like twinkle fairy lights, and every time we passed it, I was like, I want to try that restaurant. We lived in LA for 5 years, and I was like, I love it here. Like, I just always had a good vibe at the Everly, and you could spell it different ways. I just think it has that. It's again like Isla, where it rolls off the tongue really nice, like Everly. Like, I don't know, I think it's really pretty. And again, it's another name that people are like, oh, everyone's using that name, and I have not met anybody named Everly. The next one I love, and especially if you have a Christmas baby or a holiday baby, New Year's, I love the name Clara, like straight up Nutcracker Clara. If I was having a December baby, I would totally lean into this name. I love the name Clara, and my husband liked it too, but I don't like when people say Clara. It's a very, very small, minor thing, but if her name was Clara, I wouldn't want anybody to call her Clara. Like, I feel like it changes the vibe. I love just Clara, and I would lean into like the bow theme, and pretty much how I decorated my daughter's room for Christmas. Like, everything in her room would be bow and ballet shoes, and that's how I would do the nursery if I had a little Clara. But for some reason, anytime I've shared that with people, they'll say it back. I'll be like, oh, I love Clara, and then they'll say, yeah, Clara is so cute, and I'm like, I don't like Clara though. And then the last one my husband said no to, but I love this name, and that's Serafina. I think that this name is so gorgeous. I feel like it's such a strong name, but he was like, no, I don't like it. I feel like when it comes to names, when you know, and both partners kind of agree on it. You don't have to like really, at least for us, like I said Violet to my husband. I was like, since I was a kid, I've loved the name Violet. And he was like, I love that name. Like, he loved it right away. Anyway, the name that I'm pretty sure we're naming our baby, I love this name so much. Again, it's old-fashioned vintage charm, and I had it written down in my notes. It was on there, and that was the name he picked. He was like, ooh, I like this one. And I didn't even tell him that was my first favorite because I didn't put it at the top. I just like snuck it in there just to see what he would think. It's perfect for Violet's little sister. Like, Violet, and it goes perfectly. Another reason I don't like to share the name before the baby's born with really anybody, like even friends that ask, I'm like always hesitant to tell them, because when you get people's reaction, like there was a different name we were going with at first. There was Marigold and then another name. And I would tell people, and then they'd be like, oh, I know somebody with that name, or yeah, I don't know anyone with that name. And then they'd like kind of make a face and like take some of the joy out of it. That's why I don't share the name before the baby's born, is because we're really excited about it, and I don't want anybody to change my mind about it. And I think that everyone should do that. Like, if you are pregnant right now and you have a name, keep it to yourself with your significant other, and then do the reveal and share with everybody. That way it's really special for you and nobody changes your mind about it. That is everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. Let me know in the comments down below what videos you want to see next, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.